He was handsome. He was intelligent. He was a rising star in politics. He drove a Volkswagen Beetle. He was the kind of man a woman wanted to be approached by. And that was the point. This is not a story about a boogeyman in the shadows. This is a story about the monster who walked in the daylight. The monster who used charm as a scalpel. Ted Bundy did not hunt his victims. He conned them. He weaponized trust. The question isn't how he killed. The question is why his mind was able to build the most perfect, most terrifying mask of all. The mask of sanity. This is Motive's edge. To understand the weapon, you must first understand the performance. The stage was America in the 1970s, and Ted was the star of his own show. Look at him. The smile, the tailored suit, the confident wave to the camera. This is not a killer. This is a law student, a volunteer at a suicide hotline, praised for his empathy, a charismatic young Republican, rubbing shoulders with the governor. His girlfriend, Elizabeth Klopfer, described him as kind and patient. He was, by all accounts, a good man, a normal man. But this was not a personality. It was a construction. It was a meticulously crafted character designed for one purpose: to blend, to disarm, to gain access. Psychologists call it a psychopathic charm. It's not genuine warmth. It's a predatory mimicry. Like a chameleon, Bundy studied the people around him. He learned the words for empathy, the gestures for kindness, the expressions for concern. He was a hollow man building a flawless costume of a human being, and he wore it every single day. He wasn't pretending to be a law student. He was a law student. He wasn't pretending to be a boyfriend. He was a boyfriend. This is the key. The mask was not separate from his life. The mask was his life. He built a complete, believable reality so that his dark, fractured fantasy could thrive in the shadows. But a mask, no matter how perfect, always has a crack. And the cracks in Ted Bundy's performance were visible if you knew where to look. Fracture number 1, the emptiness. His colleagues at the suicide hotline noted something unsettling. He was empathetic, but only when he was in control, talking someone down. When faced with genuine, messy human emotion he couldn't control, he became cold, detached, empty. It was a glitch in the performance. The charm would switch off, like a light. Fracture number 2, the rage. His girlfriend Elizabeth saw it, a terrifying, sudden, and seemingly bottomless rage that could erupt over the smallest thing. A boat, a ski trip. Moments when the Ted performance was overwhelmed by the Bundy reality. This wasn't normal anger. This was a glimpse behind the curtain. A glimpse of the narcissistic fury that fueled him. He hated being told no. He hated losing control. His entire charming persona was a fortress built to protect a fragile, pathological ego. Fracture number 3, the kit. This is the motive's edge, the fracture between the mind and the action. While Ted, the law student, was studying, Bundy, the predator, was assembling his tools. The police found it in his car: the ice pick, the handcuffs, the ski mask, the pantyhose. This wasn't a crime of passion. This was a profession. This was a hobby that required planning, tools, and dedication. This kit is the ultimate psychological fracture. It is the physical proof that Ted, the charmer, and Bundy, the monster, were living in the same body at the same time. The performance could only last so long. The stage became a courtroom. The audience became the entire world. And this is where the mask didn't just slip. It was repurposed. This is the most terrifying part of the Bundy psychology. He did not run. He did not hide. He performed. Look at him. The Florida Courtroom, 1979. He is on trial for his life. And he is smiling. He is charming the judge. He is waving to the Bundy groupies in the stands. He fires his own lawyers to act as his own attorney. Why? Because this was the ultimate stage, the ultimate act of narcissistic control. He wasn't just on trial, he was directing the trial. He was the star, the lawyer, and the director of his own final grotesque movie. He cross-examined the very officers who caught him. He questioned the survivors who escaped him. He wasn't trying to prove his innocence. He was trying to win, to prove one last time that he was smarter than everyone in the room. And then, the mask of sanity finally shattered. The guilty verdict is read, and the charm is gone. The camera zooms in, and the face of Ted vanishes, replaced by the cold, dead-eyed fury of Bundy, the hollow man, the true face of the psychopath. But the performance wasn't over, not even then. On death row, he confessed, but listen to how he confessed. He spoke in the third person. He did this. The entity did that. He analyzed his own motive as if he were a specimen in a jar. He claimed pornography drove him to it. Another lie, another performance, another attempt to control the narrative. He was a master con man to the very end, even trying to con God himself. Ted Bundy is not a story about sex, or even just violence. It's a story about power. The power of charm. The power of a normal face. He taught the world a terrifying lesson, that monsters are not always in the shadows. Sometimes they are in the spotlight, smiling, waving, and asking you if you need a hand. That is the true, terrifying edge of the mask of sanity.